We are live. What's up, guys? This is Daniel Kuriegitao. I have someone who, to me, does not need introduction, but to you, maybe he needs introduction. Mr. Can they hear your voice?
Idewa David, a Hexican from Eldoret.
This is a Hexican from Eldoret. I have a couple of questions nakuuliza. Nafikiri mdogo mdogo. I don't know whether you can tell us your online journey and specifically cryptocurrency journey before even things like Hex came.
Yes, thank you. It's a good opportunity to be able to share with you my experience in cryptocurrency. I believe, I remember I don't know whether you can correct me, was it 2012 or 2013 when we started having the idea of, when Sergei Mavrudi, the guy from
The Russian guy.
the Russian guy, he came and brought the idea of
Peer-to-peer.
it was peer-to-peer. That was the eye-opener to Bitcoin world. So the Bitcoin world was a very new idea to me, but by and by I had to learn the ropes and then come to know the world coins that were in the market by then. Mostly it was Bitcoin and Ethereum. Then other things were just shitcoin. But later on we learned that they were part of the thing that was going on. And we started buying them and selling them, exchanging them. So then from then we started seeing the ICOs in 2015.
We 2017.
2017.
Yes.
We came into ICOs. We did the ICO for
EOS. Oh
we did the EOS we did the EOS ICO, whereby we bought coins, then we had to wait for the whole 1 year for us to be able to see it coming back. Then I also bought a coin called LAN. Then LAN in 2018, 2019. 2019, when I bought LAN, it came to zero. When they were opening the LAN coin, it came to zero. So it really discouraged me.
You mean during the launch it was 0 shillings?
No, during the launch, where I put my 100,000 in 2019 to the LAN. There's a coin called LAN. So 2019, after the ICO, when they were actually launching it, it became zero. And it continually became zero.
So it's dead.
It's dead. It really discouraged me. So that is the reason why when X came in and I had it from Kush, from you, yet I was still having the hangovers of the ICO.
Oh, whether this is another, you had a bad taste.
I've had a bad taste with LAN. So with when that one happened, it scared me off. So I was not coming into Hex with a big bang like the way I normally come in. So I told Kush to continue doing the Hex. Maybe I could be able to look at it at the periphery, then join later. Indeed, in 2019, in 2020, I started seeing the rise of Hex slowly by slowly until it reached somewhere. Yeah, it was a critical point whereby I had to put in some money. However, by then I was not even having good money to put in. It was just some shinglings here and there. But however, I put in some little money, and right now I'm seeing there's a good, steady progress.
Wow. You know, we all have our beginnings with Hex. But before I go to Hex, let me ask you kwanza this Stephanie question. Haswa ulijua Bitcoin ikikuwa pesa ngapi hapa Eldoret?
I remember the problem. This question is being asked, but we did it with you. The first Bitcoin exchange that we ever made, we ever exchanged, was 15,000. One Bitcoin was 15,000.
15K.
Yeah, it was 15,000. One Bitcoin was 15,000. Then 2017, 2020, it came back to 17. In 2023, it came back to 19. It was retracing as it was going up, but it stayed longer at 15,000 and 14,000. It stayed longer there. But then it started now skyrocketing when it reached at
30,000.
30,000. Now it started really going high. We never saw it again.
So you remember we saw when Ethereum was starting. How much was Ethereum, by the way?
Ethereum was about was it 900 or how much?
Me, Ethereum, I saw it at 200 bob.
200
and
bob, yes.
I wasn't giving it attention as in hii ni coin gani. Bitcoin ndo
It
kusema.
was too small.
Bitcoin ndo kusema, Joe. I mean,
Yeah.
what is this?
Yes. It was actually 200 bob.
And we are learning a lot of lessons, aren't we?
It's true.
Hey, we are learning a lot of lessons.
In fact, I came into contact with Ethereum during the what is this program called? Weekends.
The proof of Bitcoin, it was a smart contract.
The proof of weekends.
Look at this video, Hex mtaani. Hello, sir.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to see you. During the proof of weekends, we had an experience with Ethereum.
Yeah, that was the first interaction with it. Yes.
That's the first interaction with Ethereum. And the proof of weekends was a very beautiful program to me because it gave me money. Because I came in, you remember when the proof of weekend came, we were, I think, number 55. I was number 55 to come in. When you were number 40 something to come in.
Yeah, you know the smart contracts arranges you.
Yes, it arranges you.
It's so beautiful.
So the proof of weekend was a very good idea.
It was a nice smart contract.
And I put just little money, and it gave me some good money. And I'm still hungering for the proof of weekends. However, it's past tense right now. Thank you.
But you know what I've noticed? Technology, tunasemaga, it has to evolve.
Yes.
It does not remain in one place.
Yeah.
Like if I say chama yangu ni moja na chama ni KANU. You know right now, okay, KANU is there, yes. But we understand right now we have things called Jubilees.
Yes.
We have the UDAs.
Yes.
These things are evolving with better policies.
Yeah.
So what got you attracted to Hex? Let us fast forward, Sasa.
The first attraction to Hex is that Hex...
Namaste.
Humbly. The first attraction to Hex is the approach by which it came up with. It came up with Hex is the only coin that I realized during the other time that we are doing with the cryptocurrency coins. It came up with the staking ability.
Wow.
The ability to stake.
Yes.
That was the only thing that was really very new. But you know, most people were not buying the staking thing because people were just making some little money and run away from the platform, the coin, because you never know that the coin is going to reduce. It's going to
I call it pump and dump.
Pump and
zigzagging,
dump.
yes.
Exactly. All along, people just knew that all these other coins, apart from the Bitcoin and Ethereum, all these other coins are not having life really. They are not bankable. So when I saw Hex having the staking ability in it, then I realized that it looks like it's going to go far in the market.
You know, some of the terms we are learning along the way ni vitu kama game theory. Nafikiri wale wenye walitunukiwa kwenda darasa ya ekonomia wanaelewa game theory. Like kilugha ya mtaani, game theory kwangu ni kama, yani, what if when this one is done, what is the outcome?
Okay.
Like you see in Hex, when you stake and then you lock your money over time, what is the outcome of the price advantage and the passive income aspect of it, you see?
Especially the passive income is the most beautiful thing about in the Hex. The passive income whereby even if the coin is not really making good, the price fluctuation is not good, well enough, yet there is something at the end of the day you are gaining as a passive income.
Yes.
It's a very beautiful idea.
Yes.
I think this is an idea of the century we are living in. It couldn't happen any other time. This could be the time that it could happen.
Now, this word also that is floating around, the word DeFi, and the way this decentralized finance can be able to replace banks. You know, right now, watu wanaona ni kama ionekani, but people are jumping in this right now. Literally, the days of banking, as we know, the traditional banks are going to be over because it's like tasting sweetness ya asali. I don't know what's your take about that.
That's like I told you that Sergei Mavrudi, who actually mentored me into the cryptocurrency because I did not know about, he came up with the idea of peer-to-peer. I did not know that peer-to-peer actually will crystallize into a decentralized system. He was actually telling me like decentralized system, decentralize ourselves, decentralize. Now start communicating to each other, start doing business in each other. Now the power of doing business in your hands.
Yes.
Meaning that now, that's the idea of of the banks not having their way anymore, because we are awakening ourselves to be able to do business with you. I can send money to you, send money to me through the blockchain technology. And this is a very powerful
without the need for third parties.
It's a very powerful
You see, banks or people they call rent seekers,
Yes.
they always want to come in between.
In between.
Of
The
course,
middleman.
they'll say they're coming in the name of taxation.
It's true.
And when you begin questioning what is in the politics, but that is the kind of world we are seeing right now. The man in the middle is always the problem.
Middleman.
We entrust you with so much power, but you amass wealth or you begin doing questionable things. Now, at the end of the day, unakuta, you are locking yourself with the laws and regulations which are harming the people you're supposed to serve.
Very true.
That's why we as the people, when we test this decentralization, it is a win. Actually, into a grounds up economy. It is touching you and me because we don't need you middle person in the first place.
It's true.
We have protocols or tools which are DeFi.
But those DeFi, this is the only time that we were able to get programs that will be able to bridge that. The reason why we had a middleman, there was no program to bridge that.
Yes.
And we had to really have a middleman. And a middleman was a really important person, and he played this role, and he's a very good person. But so far, we are saying it's done with the middleman. We are done with the middleman because now we have the apparatus to be able to carry on one-on-one directly from one person to another. I think so.
Ninaangalia hapa sasa inaona the price of Hex is 48 shillings. Right now this Hex is 48 shillings, and I was just calculating with 55,000 bob.
Yeah.
Locking it for 1 year. That is next year September. And after 1 year, what's your prediction, by the way? Price?
Right now, okay, if it's 48 Kenya shilling, maybe about 0.44 dollars. I expect that at least by the end of the year, next year, by November, I expect it to be $3.
Around $3.
Around
Exactly
$3.
how I was doing it.
About 300 bob Kenya money, or 300 something shillings Kenya money. The reason why is that there are so many people who are getting information about what Hex has done and how it has really made people be rich. And then we are also seeing a trend of people coming in to invest, small-time investment, long-time investment. And we are getting information from the internet about Hex, enormous information.
Yes.
So what is happening is that there will be so many people who will be able to come in and become Hexicans as we go along.
So look at that 55K. After a year, it's around 400,000 bob.
Imagine.
Does your equity or back raise come close to that?
For at 55, if you put 55 Kenya money right now,
365 days, one calendar year.
if 55 Kenya money right now, we're expecting close to 500,000 Kenya money.
Can you imagine that, bro?
After 1 year, there's no any other business that can be able to give you that money.
It beats that.
I tell you, there's no other business. And they say this is the age of technology, whereby people who are nobody are becoming somebody.
Yeah. Tables are turning.
The power of technology is really making sense.
But do you remember the way Bitcoin was being ridiculed? Do you remember the way it had a hard time with the late Bob Colimo? Was it Bob Colimo?
Many Bob Colimo, even
the guy, they were scaring Kenyans in the news.
I remember even the central banks of all the world, Kenya involved.
Yeah.
The central bank man announced that Bitcoin is a scam. And then at the same time, they were doing it in Uganda, in Zimbabwe, in America, all over. I think they networked and then tried to fight the Bitcoin.
Or is that an element of fear? You know, the element of fear is always there. Kama unaona tukienda, akili yangu sasa niambia story kama za vaccine. Hii vaccine kuna watu wako na fear, of course.
Of course.
You can't just inject me. Okay, sitaki could drive away from the point. But you see the element of fear is always there. But the assurance kwamba this fear ukiconquer, you go to another world of abundance, you know.
Abundance, exactly. The element of fear is always there because people are always attached to to their traditions, their culture. They are attached to their businesses, and they don't want to do anything out of that. But this is a disruption. There's a disruption. So this is a disruptive technology that has taken place. So what are they people? What are the people supposed to do? Especially big institutions. Those people who have made it are the ones who are threatened, because they always feel that there is always a focus. There's a focus away from the money. And then the banks have made the banks is the biggest pyramid in the world. Of course, you know that.
That's true.
Because
that's true.
the banks depends on the people. They depend on the people's money. They bring I put my money in the bank. They loan you. Then they also loan another one. But now, if you don't have that, definitely they'll fall apart and die. And that's the fear. The fear is that they have no surviving chance anymore. If M-Pesa, already M-Pesa alone in Kenya, localized in Kenya, has shaken the banks down, the core.
Yeah.
You see, they have just to partner with it, but they cannot do anything. But now blockchain is more than, it's 100 times
more superior
than M-Pesa. So we are in big things, my dear brothers. Big things.
You know, that's Sergei Mavrodi from Russia said, if we fix the money, we have fixed the world.
It's true.
And they say even these politicians who say they have the best interests of our country at heart, when you look deep inside, it's not about the love for Kenya or anything. Ni matumbo yao, true or false?
It's true, it's true.
And if we remove the money aspect from politics, because unakutanga tumefika pali, if I don't know politicians so I won't make it. If I don't get this tender, I won't make it. But kina Kush wanaenda online waambia wase ni aje sahi kuna vitu inaitwa cryptocurrency. They are going to make you your own bank. But you're like, no, bro, come and test this thing. Hex is just getting started. We're test. So when we see changing people's minds, si mchezo.
It's true.
Because tulizoea bila politician kumworship, hatuwezi make it. But another channel God is open. You get it?
It's true. This is a disruption, because a system whereby a system binds people, a system would like people to depend entirely on them, a system of government, a system of business, a system of doing a social thing. Even the schools. Look at the schools right now. I'm telling you, this disruption is also going to the schools, because once you see what the people learn, they're carrying so many books. About 20 kilos of books. And class 3. My girl is carrying 20 kilos of books. Going to school to class 3. Now, what I am asking myself is that, look at it. The technology that we are having right now, in my gadget here, Google can give me every information I have, every book I have.
Yes.
So why should you put my son or my kid to start calculating mathematics with his own head, when actually he can just go to the calculator, then calculate, and then get the answer. Why do you want to subject this boy into the procedure and the process of how do you get the mathematics equation?
Wow.
The question is that just click on the computer, click on the internet, it's done. So there's a disruption that's going to happen also there.
So what type of future, by the way, are you seeing when better technologies are at our disposal? When we conquer, let's say, poverty, we conquer the average living, what future are you seeing? Where are these technologies taking us?
The technology is wonderful. In fact, they say we are living at the edge of the infinite possibility.
Wow.
Or rather, we are living at the golden age. Golden because it is a time whereby the inventions are happening that have never been done before.
Exactly.
And this technology is taking us into a very wonderful place. At the same time, also it has a negative impact on it also. But positively, if we use it positively, we are going into good things. We are going to rate big. We are going to make money at the speed of thought, because technology has enabled us. Speed of thought.
Wow.
Like Hex right now. You see, we are seeing around us millionaires who are
the nobodies.
Who are nobody.
Kama ubaya tuwezi taja majina. If we just begin mentioning them, you see these kids, we went to their campus around Kericho, telling them about Hex. And right now they're saying, Kusha, I don't want to get employed.
Yeah.
So it's even, we are asking ourselves, Kwani, this thing, has it always been about the money? So if these students get hold of good cash, they don't want to get employed.
They can invent their own way of life and live by their own laws. But when we follow educational system, which is good, however, but you are becoming a slave of some kind of a company. You
Yep.
have to be employed there. You have to go to follow the system and everything. But if you have your
The
own
matrix,
way,
they call it the matrix.
you can do your own inventions and start living with your own terms and be happy. The idea is that, are we happy? Are we living in our own terms? Are we having some money to do it? Then that is it. But if we do educational system, because after Form 4, then you go to the university, from the university, a PhD, a doctorate, then when you now want to be a professor, you want to sit down and now say, I've really done a lot. It's time to die. It's time to die.
Wow, so the idea of the world becoming a better place with this technology,
It's already becoming a better place.
it is amazing.
It's amazing. It's a beautiful technology.
Look what even Elon Musk, when he just focused on these cryptocurrencies, you see what it did to his life. And he was just coming as a speculator.
It's true.
But did you see the numbers that he got?
It's true. It's true.
Like magic money from thin air.
From thin air.
How many billions did he pump in, by the way? Alikuwa pump in gapi?
He pumped in about to this other coin called.
He started with Bitcoin single-handedly. Alieka, was it around for billion nini ya Kenya?
I don't remember the right figure, but there was good money.
There were big billions.
There was good money in that thing.
And in just 2 months, he tripled, bana.
Tripled.
World economy at the thought.
Yeah. You see, you are having an opportunity to do what you want to do at this time because of enabling environment that is being provided through technology, through people who have been inspired to come up with things to make life even better. And those kind of things, like Richard Hart is a good man because he came up with a coin with the staking aspect of it. You know, like in the past, I saw proof of weak hand. If proof of weak hand had a staking aspect of it, I tell you, it would have been a better idea by then.
It would be an empire.
Yeah, but now it was just there. It was just circulating because once you get out of the system, others profit from it. But now this one is an enhanced thought, which is good.
Yeah, making a better and better.
A better thing.
You know what this dude says? This Richard, that guy says, since scammers, they come with the mind of scamming people, the best way to flush them out or clean the drain is to bring better products and better services in the industry. Because when people see that this is a better product and it is shining and it is changing people's lives, eventually we are going to flush them out. Because we can't just tell people, don't put this money in this scam. You see, they'll tell you, this is my money, why are you asking me? But you see, when we are sharing something better, that, you know, the trickling effect.
The trickling
Some
effect,
people might not see it by now, but others who,
it's true.
They are joining,
Yeah.
because brother so-and-so or sister so-and-so has made it financially like this.
Yeah.
You can see the effect that it does.
Yeah. The multiplier effect is going to take a lot of people in the ground, because if your life changes, other people's life will change. They'll always want to see how are you doing in your life? Are you struggling still? And then you are saying you have made money, but if you are doing good, they'll always jump in. So the only way to be able to beat a scam is that let us share the information, share what is happening, our experiences, our growth. Then you realize that people will always be able to avoid the scams. And this one is not a scam, because what it has done to people's life is good. A scam will always have a time period, time slice of.
Also waiting other people's money to pay others.
Yeah.
But this contract is a central bank of its own.
I tell you, something that has not been imagined before. This is happening to a point in life whereby you can say, I'm happy to live in these times that you're living in. Because this is what is a dream come true, whereby you can be able to invest your money, and here you are doing your own things. It gives you a free time to be able to be creative, to be able to be creative, to do other things. And here, at least there is some money that is you can be able to inject in your project as you live by.
And of course, people are also recommended to go and do their own research. You don't take our word for this. Go and do your own research. When we are saying confidently Hex is number 3, is the number 3 cryptocurrency coin, go and do research. There are metrics, there are graphs, there are forex, what do you call them? Technical analysis.
Forex analysis, forex charts,
Yeah.
everything you can be able to learn
You
from.
can see the data every day. Why is
data.
Hex the most liquid cryptocurrency right now?
Yeah. The most important part of the business is the cash flow. Cash flow is whereby you can be able to sell your commodity anytime by the flick of a finger. And then once you get the cash, it can help you do other things, like diversify here and do this and do that. Cash flow. And cash flow, you can easily get it in Hex. Unfortunately, we have been buying other coins. There are so many coins that we bought.
So many, yeah.
I bought Shiba Inu, I bought Free Coin, I bought, there are so many other coins. In fact, some of us hold,
Baby Hinu.
we hold up to 50 coins. Others, I saw others holding up to 100 coins. And they are very good potential coins. But the problem is that they are attached to a Bitcoin, whereby once the Bitcoin is down, just like the way it's down,
They disappear like that.
they are all down. You cannot do anything about it. But this is amazing one. Hex is amazing because Hex has been, in fact, it has been all-time high when Bitcoin is down.
When other coins are dropping,
Yeah,
Hex is pumping.
it's a very big revelation where some people are supposed to get
To
that
be in this revelation right now, to tap into this frequency.
to hold the Hex. You have to hold something, however small. You're told to hold even for 1,000 bob. Last time I deposited, I had to stake 1,000 Kenya shillings of Hex.
Wow.
2 months ago.
Yes.
I think it's 2 months ago. Right now it's exactly 3,000.
Your story inanifurahishaga sana.
Yeah,
It's
a powerful
3K,
thing.
so it's
3K. I put only 1K in June, in July. So
this is 2 months after.
yeah, 2 months after. It's about 3 months after. It's 3K.
3K.
Yeah. So it's a powerful thing. You measure with those kind of small things, then you know. So supposing it was 1,000, 100,000.
Or a million bob.
Or a million bob. Yeah. I would be out in the street. I would be doing something meaningful, something that I would have done. By the way, if you are to do something for the next 10 years and you don't have money, you just invest in Hex. In the next 2 years, you'll be off the hook. You'll be able to do something that you wanted to do for the next 10 years that you wanted to do, the projects.
I like it because we have an advantage of playing with the Germans and Australians and most of Europe. You know, those guys, they have money power.
Yes.
Like I had in Australia, imagine at Yawa when you're on a strike, the government is paying them, is it 200K weekly or after 2 weeks? And I'm like, gosh, yani hawa watu wanajita mahasla na serikali na walipa 1,200. So you see, for them to spare like 100K and buy these coins, of course, to them they feel that's nothing. But to a Kenyan man, 100K per week,
you really have to sacrifice.
You are beyond an MCA, ban. And then, but then we're going to talk about Pulse and what your thoughts are about this Pulse chain that is coming. But then, when is it getting launched? And what is your anticipation anyway? And what is going to make it different blockchain from any other?
Maybe we have to start by saying what's Pulse. Pulse came in to help Ethereum system to do its job.
So it's complementing
It's complementing the Ethereum system.
Exactly.
And it's a chain just like where you can be able to swap your currency, your coins, and then you can be able to get other coins to buy, things like that. So it's a chain. But now the beauty of Pulse is that we are being told by Richard Hart that it's going to be, the fees are going to be very low.
That's right.
Now, if the fees are going to be very low, then it's going to be able to complement it in a better way, in a positive way, especially for those ones who are coming in, because so many people are really disgusted because of the fee. The fees is very high in Ethereum.
And you remember the purpose of cryptocurrencies? You remember Vitalik Buterin was saying being charged more than was it cents, 50 cents? It's extortion or abusing users.
Imagine.
But now his own chain is, imagine being charged $80 for transacting $30.
I'm telling you, it does not make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all.
It does not make sense.
So Pulse chain is going to fill that gap.
It's going to fill that gap.
And Ethereum should be happy.
Ethereum, they're going to look like maybe their customer, I mean their
Or Elder
competitors. They're saying they could look at it as if the Pulse chain are going to come in as a competitor.
It's not a competitor.
But I'm seeing Pulse coming in to complement them.
It's going to complement because Pulse is going to copy everything in Ethereum, and instead of mining, people are going to stake. So Pulse chain is going to be another hex. When you have Pulse chain, you are going to be to stake it, and you also earn passive income. Are you seeing this type of world?
Yes.
2 years from now.
Yeah.
You know, I was telling another guy, our street brothers and sisters, they call them chokosh. If a chokosh wants to change his life, let's say anaokota mikebe kila siku, na kuokota hizi mikebe akona knowledge kuna kitu inaitwa Pulse, anapata kitu kama 50 bob and I convert into Pulse, because Pulse will make it even able for someone to buy at 100 bob for just 7 months. Do you know this person aki buy Pulse and then a lock for 1 year, he is a chokosh no more.
It's true.
He's a chokosh no more.
It's true.
Because this is an invention that is starting from cents, just the way Bitcoin was getting started. Or just knowing when Bitcoin was around 10,000 bob. Do you know there were guys who were saying 10,000 bob is expensive? They are late. What about that?
You see, when you talk of chokora, we're talking of street families. And these street families is because of the broken system, especially the family values. The family values have been that the fabrics of the society is coming down because maybe because of the issues of money and because of the issues of just the way of life.
Victim of circumstances.
A victim of circumstances. But when people have money, you realize that even street families might not be, they'll become less and less. And people will accommodate each other, and it will get finished. However, we are saying the information about Pulse chain right now, the Pulse chain is a wonderful idea. And this Pulse chain, I know, is going to hit heavens high. Why? Because we are seeing the coin itself going to be millions in the near future. And many people are going to be millionaires. And people have to jump in the first day, the first time they are launched, so that we can be able to take advantage, to be part of what is going to happen. And then Pulse chain also is being a decentralized system, being a system that we are expecting to do business with. People are going to do forex inside there. People are going to buy coins and hold.
Developers are going to code the smart contracts.
Code and smart contract and things like that.
It's a very infinite possibility.
So we are living in a very exciting moments of time. Exciting moments because with the little money, you can be able to be somebody. Can you imagine with just $1? Somebody who bought $1 in Pulse chain. We're expecting, if at all he'll become honest with that dollar and then hold it for about a year, he'll be somewhere.
Yeah, holding it is key.
He'll be somewhere. He'll be somewhere very, very, some money that he will be able to give you a livelihood somewhere. Good.
But and how comes our education institutes, they don't go with the times? Because blockchain is the in thing right now. But so far we are not hearing any, the Matiangis, or who do we call this, mwalimu, mwalimu? They're not advocating for blockchain to be in the syllabuses.
Can you imagine, just like you've mentioned, our education system has stipulated that there are 3 terms in a year. 3 terms in a year.
Yes.
Then the students will have left one class to another, graduated from one class to another. But now what we have seen is that these 3 terms have been have been compressed into every time takes 2 months. Every term takes 2 months. Then we get, in fact, every time takes about 1.5 months. So in 3 terms, we can see students learning only for about 6 months. A term is finished.
And then they are on the next level.
They are on the next level. Now, what I'm asking is that why should we subject our students for 1 full year, 1 full year of learning, and then coming out, going to another? It is a long time of learning. Let's now tell Matiang'i to be able to subject our kids. Let a term take just 2 months. Term take 2 months.
But are you ready with that fees, bwana, as mzazi bwana?
Okay, right now we are really paying fees for the 2 months term. Every time 2 months. Let a term take 2 months, and then let's get hacken these kids away from school and get to another level whereby they can even start earning early enough and start life early enough. Because right now the kid of 15 years is a very mature and more informed.
Yeah, by the way, they have they can make choices.
They can make choices than taking the kid all the way to 18 in order to be somebody. Anyway, it's a subject for discussion.
It is the way the system was designed.
The system is not right.
For us to come and tailor make things the way we feel should address our issues. Ni kitu inataka dialogue ambayo ni progressive.
It's true. It's a very good dialogue. But this is the dialogue. Already we are in a dialogue.
We are sparking it, because we are seeing.
Look at here. Look here. Mathematics is, why should you put a kid to learn much about the formulas of mathematics? So many formulas here and there and there. Well, we have portable calculators. We have portable computers that can be able to just calculate this mathematics and get the answer. Why doesn't Matiang'i say, let us get modern calculators, give these kids? Now, if this mathematics is this way, let's teach these kids on how to use this mathematics. Only the calculator, and get the solution. It's just like a horse rider. During the horse and buggy age, we used to have a horse. Now we have discovered cars. We don't need horses. We only need horses for beauty, but not for taking us to places. But now Matiang'i is saying, let the horse be here just in case there is a fallback plan. Fallback for what? Because we already have the vehicles, and the vehicles are going to be. In fact, we are adding more knowledge on the vehicles. That's exactly what's happening to the technology that we're having today. Matiang'i will not buy it. Neither the government, neither anywhere. As the community shall push them. Shall push them. We are going to be many users of the of this technology until the government will now be left with opportunity. Opportunity. But
I really second you on
exactly.
that. I second you on that, because you see, these technologies, first of all, the users are supposed to be the people, the masses.
Yes.
And when the masses adapt these technologies, because they are called permissionless technologies, you don't have to ask for your MCA or your governor for permission to use it, because of course it's a basic human right for you to interact with these tools, since you are using it positively. Because we understand also on the other side, people use the so-called legal tools negatively.
It's true.
These tools have never had a problem. But when the end users now begin understanding the sweetness of these things, we are the people who are supposed to demand for the governments to say, look, tumeona vile smart contract inaweza stopisha corruption. When money comes to counties, let there be signatories. It can be a sheikh, it can be a church leader, it can be a women rep. So when they're doing any transaction, people can see on the blockchain, wait, where is this money going? How much? Why is this wheelbarrow costing 2 million? You see. But first of all, we are the people who are telling others, look, tunalamba hapa asali, na hii asali vile tunailamba ni tamu.
With blockchain, blockchain has the old history. So if at all we can be able to bring it into our system of government, I'm telling you, corruption can always be tracked easily.
So easily.
Yeah, and then we get the corruption. But why are they not doing it? Because a few people would feel that they won't have a chance to keep having that kind of corruption.
Yeah.
So that is it. But right now, we are so grateful to God that decentralized, the Defis are coming up with systems.
Mungu amekumbuka watu wake.
The systems are going to be very powerful to put people ahead of those corrupt practices.
And you know one thing I've also realized, the way we people who consider ourselves networkers, Unaona tabia ya Mujungu comes from I don't know, Britain or a Brazilian, and then he comes to Nairobi and Eldoret, and then he says, when I go to Eldoret, I'll find a brother called Idewa, and of course I'll take him for lunch, and I'll make sure I get 1 billion from Uasin Gishu. You get it?
Yes.
You see, these things like Hex is removing that.
It's removing that.
Because sina lazima nania ingia alafu tuanze kujipanga left and right. The days of kujipanga left and right are over. Because smart contract, it is you interacting with it. You are not competing with Kush. You are not giving me any bonus. We are just speaking this because the level at which poverty is eating our people is, oh my God.
It's very high.
It's terrible.
It's very high. So
it's terrible.
So it is important for us to come up with like a small community in our small way, that wherever we are, we can be able to have a following of a few people in a community that they know about Hex. You have taught at least them about Hex. They have invested about those cryptocurrency things, so that at the end of the day, we are not going to be saying it's only us alone. Of course, there are people who will be able to receive the idea, but as long as you are planting the right seeds outside there will be some seed that will germinate and become better. So me personally, it is upon me to get about a small following, a few people who have invested in Hex, who are also talking about the blockchain technology or any other new idea that would be able to come. That's the only revolution we have. A revolution is not necessarily for anything, is for to liberate our mind. Once you liberate our mind, that's the revolution you want. Positive revolution. Especially, we need a revolution in the educational sector. We need a revolution in the economic sector.
Medical.
We need a revolution in financial sector. In whichever sector, we need a revolution everywhere. So this one will put us ahead of those who are planning about our lives. So
and I think I think the need at hand right now is fixing the money. Because when we fix the money, we have solved a very huge gap that was only for the few.
Yes. Fixing it.
You know, the 1% fighting, we're not even in a fight. We could be in a fight. The 1% that is said to control the world. It's not that they are special than us. It is not that they breathe different air than us.
No.
These are guys who happen to be there, but they became manipulative. They are using laws that work for their advantage. You remember Mavrodi when he woke us up in that class?
Yes.
These 1%, they are simply using systems that work for their advantage. You remember tukiambiwa ati if mahasla wakipatiwa 10 million wote, that money will go back to the 1% people.
It's true.
Do you know why it will go back to them?
Yes.
They own these banks.
They own these
They
banks.
own these supermarkets. They own, the system is theirs.
It's true.
But when we get same level playing field, as in kumbe hii Hex ikikuja hii kunifanya niendeshe Mercedes Benz, I go back in my community or in my Jerusalem and I begin building my Jerusalem.
It's true.
You see, we are all fighting for that same level playing field. That's why you have to think outside the box to get into this.
Very true. In fact, when you're talking about this kind of information, you find that the world is yearning for liberation, and liberation happens to the world when each and every one of us does something positive in his small way, in his own small way. Something positive, something small. Just do something positive, and then the liberation starts from there. And I believe that we are living in that time whereby social media is outside there. The reason why there is a discovery of the social media in our time, and also the TVs, all these gadgets, is because to give information to the world. And this information, as we give the world, we grow, the world grows. There's no way you can grow alone.
That's true. You need people.
You need people. If you have grown, make sure that your neighbor has gotten the information that you have. This one will be able to bring about that change, the desired change in that area. It creates a very sweet, humble environment within our neighborhood when we share good things that come our way and impose to them and teach them. Especially for you, I really like the way you have been sharing and laboring all over every time, and then wherever you get an information, you be able to share.
The spirit of Hexicans.
The spirit of sharing is a very powerful spirit.
Yes.
This will take us very far.
So I was listening to Richard Atta anaulizwa, now you are making so many billionaires in America. Does that make you happy? And then he stares at the interviewer anasema, it doesn't make me happy. I'm in this for a higher cause. You know, this is a dude who's not poor. He retire at age 23.
Oh.
Can you imagine? For him, ile passion ya ku make the world a better place ndo ina move.
And this is something that this is just something that God will give you always. It's something God given. You.
By the way, si neema ya kila mtu.
Yeah. Normally, a human being is envious. Naturally, a human being is selfish.
Yeah, exactly.
Naturally, a human being wants to do everything on his own alone.
Yes.
Self. I, me, and myself. Every time, I, me, and myself. But now, when you see your heart going out for others, when you see your heart reaching out for getting information, passing out any little good thing that you find, then you know that there's a seed that is different from just a normal human being. And that's a very powerful thing to do. And we are so happy with Richard Hart. I believe that he can be able to change the world, and he's changing the few that have already gotten the idea of buying this kind of coins.
Yeah, and also he's changing the narrative. He's changing the narrative big time. He's here. Actually, this thing is here to stay.
It's true.
This beast is a smart contract. And once people understand we are dealing with a smart contract, man, you'll be like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. Are you seeing the guys who are taking a leap of faith? There is a guy who's selling his property. We are not telling people to sell their property or anything.
You see, like with this cryptocurrency, it's always good to grow with what you have, and then you know now the sweetness and also the testimony. Yeah, you can be able to say the testimony of where you came from. It's a good thing. But if you still have big money, you can jump in, but you will never know the beauty of having grown from a humble beginning.
Yep.
It's good. It's always good to grow from a humble beginning, because the world is just there. We are not rushing anywhere. But when you grow with a humble beginning, you'll go very far.
And the sweetness of also building a story. You know, we are building a narrative and a story.
It's a story. Somebody told me that, when you die, in fact, what is going to remain with you is the experience that you had along the way of becoming such a man. Is that's what you are going to always have with you when this body is gone away. But you see, the monies and everything is going to remain behind. So always, let's cherish the moments we spend together. Let's cherish the time that we spend doing things together. That experience is very powerful. It's binding us together.
So in the remaining 1 minute, I don't know what your message is to fellow Hexicans around the world. Maybe if there are some who you know by name in Kenya or Nigeria or wherever, you can give them a shout out and give them your heart-to-heart feelings.
Okay, my humble desire is that people should be able to know the system of peer-to-peer. People should be able to grow capital from within themselves. People should be able to learn on how to be able to tell others. Don't hide this information, so that as we continue growing together, people are getting better in their lifestyle, and we also are feeling good. On the issue of Pulse, I know Pulse is going to skyrocket once the launch is going to be there. So some people should be able to just have some money where you can buy them, because once the information is taken off, then there'll be enough people. There'll be people waiting to get this Pulse immediately. So I'm asking for my friends to be able also to buy more Pulse if you didn't buy in the ICO stage. On the issue of Hex, I know Hex is a coin that is going to really cause some joto nyingi, and because of that, we are going to just enjoy the times that we are living with Hex. And we also ask people that let's not also hold, but let's also see what's happening in the ground with them, how it has changed you. I personally, I believe that I also have done a few stakings, which is going to take a few years to come. Maybe for now I may not have, but I know that at the right time, when mine is ready, I'll have something, then I'll be able to be happy about it. So I don't know whether I've said anything.
Wow,
positive.
that is powerful, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like your wisdom and your calmness. You know, when you say you have staked Hex, and right now it cannot be seen, do you know it's like you've written a check to your future self?
That's powerful.
Like, this is my daughter who's right now in the education system, but in the next 5 years, my daughter will be different from other girls from or her peers.
That's
Because
very
the
powerful.
dad alichorea ye check yenye can be 50 million.
It's a very powerful idea. The ability to stake has not been with us.
Yes.
And then this idea of staking is a powerful narrative that will be able to bring us into also the saving culture. We can be able to save in X, and we can be able also to withdraw and do something. So if we can be able to stake and also save, by and by we can be able to see ourselves growing very fast. And it's a good idea.
And by the way, I was moved when Richard Dad says the statistics zinasema many people are committing suicide kwa sababu ya lack of finance. They don't have hope for tomorrow. So when he was cleverly creating this Hex, he had so many aspects of and psychology around it.
Especially youngsters.
Youngsters,
Especially
yeah, I mean,
youngsters, because they have never had an experience with money, but they are seeing the flashy, shining things which they cannot reach. So the only opportunity, the only hope they can have is to be to be robust and these other kind of things, so that they can reach the money.
Na kushika chemical na
Yeah.
kuenda na angaosha chemical.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying
Hex avoids that.
with the Hex, it will be better for us to be able to bring them inside the system, whereby they can be able to touch their own money early enough and be able to do what they can be able to do early enough. It's a good idea.
And we are Hexicans. We have the sharing spirit. If you can't reach us, maybe you are hearing it from different countries, you can go on Telegram. That is t.me/HexCrypto or pulsechain.com. Go and listen to the conversations that are ongoing. Hexicans, there are people who are bankers. There are people who have mental experts. They are giving their expertise. Some are even now free from their 9-to-5 jobs. They are fully focusing on Hex. They want to put their contribution on Hex. And even you, I know you retire from you're a farmer.
Yeah, I'm many things, not just a farmer only. I'm so many
But
things.
you keep feeding us, Baba.
Yeah, a lot of creativity of so many things. Yeah, so that is another nature that God created us with. When we say retire, please don't retire and go to the house and sit at the I've retired. What we are saying, you retire now, you develop your other faculties that you have never developed before.
Yeah.
That's what you retire.
In fact, your
is.
passion makes you even work extra
Your
hard.
passion now, you take it elsewhere. You don't now only focus on one thing. That's now retiring. Meaning that what you love doing best is what you're now going to focus on. If it's writing a book, write it with lurid ink, and then you feel so good. What makes you so happy? Go and do it. But don't retire and come home, because most of the people who have retired out of the job service, they say 5 years is enough. They are dead and buried.
Okay.
It's because of the gap develops because they are used to the monotony of work, and right now they're just at home doing nothing. So when you retire, do something that you can do that with your passion. And that's what we want. We just don't want the monotony of being employed over and over and over and over. No, God created us with multitudinous choices, because you can be able to be an innovator, creativity.
Yes.
You can be able to be a painter.
Yes.
You can be able to be a dancer, a singer. And those things we have never given our attention, because we are always running for money,
Paper
so that,
chasing,
to survive,
yeah.
to survive.
Yeah.
So when you retire, we actually retiring to do what? To do other things that God has created us to do.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing that you can bless the world with. Yeah.
Man, that is so amazing, so amazing. I'm also privileged and honored for every person, especially women. You know, there are so many women Hexicans and people don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And the things they are doing behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen, it's mind-boggling. They are like silent waters.
They say that women are actually women are
Yuveni,
not,
how are you? Nakuona.
women are not the weaker sex. Women are the stronger sex.
Yes.
It have proved it, by the
They
way.
cannot be outspoken maybe like us.
Yeah, they
eh,
cannot
but
be outspoken. You know, you cannot imagine somebody cooking here and then doing ironing here and then doing feeding the kids here. They are the stronger sex.
yes.
Yeah.
And they're even onboarding many more than us who are doing videos.
And yeah,
Their actions are speaking louder than words.
they are molding so many people in the society, in the community. You remember God gave them the ability to give birth and nurture them. They are small gods in their own right in their homes, because they nurture these people. They give them what to do. They actually give they scout the talent from a kid and they develop those kids. They are very, very important people in the society as such.
So by the end of this conversation, maybe when we get an opportunity again, I hope Hex will be around maybe 150 shillings. I want you to promise before my audience, when Hex will be 150 bob, God willing, we shall get here and do this conversation again.
You see, I don't want to put a pressure. Let's not put a pressure on. Let it be this so that we can do this. Let's enjoy the going by discussions. The discourse can continue even tomorrow. The discourse have to continue even the next minute, so that it should not be that the Hex has to reach to another level so that we can decide. No, sir. Or we can just talk it out, because many people are still, even if the Hex is remaining the same amount of
48 bob.
but people are still getting those
The passive income.
the passive income every day. You see, the passive income continues even if it is at 48 bob for the last 1 week. You see.
Wow, but umesema kitu. There is this brother, a Hexican in America called Johnny Chaos. That is his Twitter handle. He said, if you put $1,000, sioni kama 110 Kenya shillings.
Yes.
And Hex remained. By then it was 3 bob, and Hex remained 3 bob. Still at the end of your stake, you are in profit.
You are in profit.
And then I begin understanding this.
Exactly.
Higher. That's how it is designed.
It's not about the prices have risen high or low. It's about if you are holding them, if you are staking them, if the T-shares are there, you are earning profits. You are earning profits, I'm telling you. It's a very powerful idea. Doesn't matter whether Hex has grown or has fallen. The T-shares are giving you profit. But we know at the end of the day, Hex is going to give you good money.
By the way, do you know the breaking news I had this week? Hex has already done 1 million percent.
Wow.
It has already gone 10,000 times up. That's why by it hitting 5 bob, people had already retired. And right now they are landlords. Have you seen most Hexicans kwa YouTube wananunua castles?
Imagine.
There's a brother who's buying a castle. Can you buy me naenda ni cost maitangaje kwa Sultan huko? Nimekuja kununua hii castle.
Imagine.
Huyu ni kijana mgani kutoka Eldoret huyu? It will make you do that.
An opportunity that is a lifetime opportunity.
It is a lifetime opportunity.
We love that.
And it is here with us. And we are here with open arms to welcome everyone who cares about his financial future and security.
It's true. We believe that when there is another opportunity that God gives us to continue living on earth, we want a lot of these ideas to populate our minds everywhere on earth. Let's get Richard Hart's coming up, so many of them, because no one place. They say ideas they steam forth from God, and somehow they steam forth from God, and we end up.
Thank you.
Sorry. Somebody was
All right, that is the end of our composition. Kwa sahi, we have some. We want to take a break. Is it mandizi eating competition?
Somebody has blessed us with a banana, sweet banana.
Yeah.
It's good for our health. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. So, can I make the last remark?
Okay, you can do your last remark, bro.
Thank you so much for everybody who's been listening to us and those ones who are going to stream again, maybe in a live stream later. We would ask that we are humbly asking that we continue with the same spirit and pace, that we always also tell others about what is happening to you. And this is a great opportunity, an opportunity that is a lifetime opportunity. Let's nurture it and let it grow. And let the world know Hex, because by making the world know about Hex, we shall be able to be actually raising the level of the price of Hex also as well. And Pulse along the way, we love that idea. The Pulse chain is also a powerful idea. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to me.
And fellow Kenyans, you are not late buying this Hex. Imagine missing it. It's like missing when Bitcoin was 1,000 bob.
They say you are never too late to be what you want to be. Mm-hmm. You are never too late to be what you want to be. Right now, you can be able to be anything you want. Come in and buy X. Come one, come all. Big money, small money, any money.
Yeah. If you want to join our WhatsApp group, by the way, right now we have 3 WhatsApp groups that are full.
Yeah.
Can you remember?
Yeah.
Ile humble beginning tulianza nayo.
Yeah.
We have 3 WhatsApp.
We have WhatsApp group called Pulse.
Community.
Called Pulse. It's very loud. Mm-hmm. It's very emotional. It's very shaky. Then there's Hex community is a little bit mild.
Yeah.
But there
the OGs are there, you know, OGs are.
But there's Pulse Hex, which is very quiet. So some of the guys who are asking me that they are not very happy being in a Pulse where there's a lot of loud noise in the Pulse. So I'm urging them to see me so that I can be able to put them into this other group whereby it's very quiet. It's only for those who have invested. There's no much information. The information is just for those ones who just want to read, but not a lot of noise.
Too much noise, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we will opt to Telegram because vile tunaelekea tutakuwa household name huku tu kimchezo.
I tell you, we are very happy to be in Africa, especially at this end of the world where we can be able to say we are part of what is happening right now. We are so happy.
All right, take care, guys, and stay safe. May the Most High take care of you guys.
Bye.
Mbarikiwe sana.